If you're a flooring retailer looking for more leads and looking around and seeing all of your competitors with more leads than you, then listen up. This is the number one thing you can do with your website to make sure that you are getting leads, not your competitors. Now, I talk to retailers all the time. Here at Broadloom, we have about 4,000 flooring retailers we build websites with. And when I talk to someone that's not working with us today, generally we look through their website, and when I scroll through their site, there is one thing that they do that is constantly the biggest danger and the biggest issue to them. And it's really the number one reason why they're not getting the leads the competitors are. And that reason is instead of having a product catalog on their website where a customer can go on, see the products they carry, filter down to the colors, filter down to the brands, and have a really good experience, instead, these retailers, when you click on products or offerings, it shows you a bunch of logos of manufacturers they carry. And when you click on one of those logos or one of those links, it takes you to the manufacturer's website. That is the number one worst thing you can do as a flooring retailer. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons why that is the worst thing you can do. Number one, by doing that, you give your leads to your competitors. Essentially, think about this. Customer or shopper comes onto your website, right? They're browsing your website. They click on products. You don't have a product catalog. You're not working with Broadloom. Fine. You then go through the product page, and it says you carry manufacturer X. And then the consumer clicks on manufacturer X, and it takes you to the manufacturer's website. Well, what does that consumer do when they get to the manufacturer's website? They first get lost in all of the jargon on the manufacturer's website. They then go to the dealer locator. They then click, they then put their zip code in, and then they see 100 other retailers near you. It's like throwing the fish back in the ocean, hoping it comes back for you. So that's the first danger. You are giving leads from your website to your competitors. The second danger is you paid for these leads, right? You're doing digital advertising, you're doing Google ads, you're doing Facebook ads, you're doing TV. So you are literally spending money to get people to your website to then push them to the manufacturer's website, hoping they come back to you. And if they do come back to you, I promise you, you're going to sell that job at 30 to 40% margin rather than 40 to 50% margin. And that's a giant if they come back to you after the manufacturer websites. The third danger is this dramatically decreases your SEO. I spent a few years on the AdWords team at Google, and all we thought about was SEO, which is organic Google rankings, how you get those free leads on Google where you rank when someone searches for flooring store in your area. Let's pretend you're a flooring store in Westfield, New Jersey, which is where I am. You type in flooring store in Westfield, New Jersey. Google needs to decide which store they put first. And they look for a lot of things. They look for a good website. They look for a product catalog. They look for good SEO. They look for some basic things. But then they say, okay, are consumers spending a lot of time on this site? Or are they coming to the site and leaving a lot? Because if they're leaving a lot, that means that the bounce rate is high and that the consumer cannot find what he or she is looking for on this website. Now, if they stay on your website for a long time, like browsing at the catalog, looking through the products, reading your About Us page, well, that tells Google, hey, this website does provide enough information. So Google's going to rank that site higher versus the site that has links out to the manufacturer sites with people constantly clicking off. That tells Google, hey, yeah, this is a website, but a lot of people leave this site because they aren't getting all the information they want. So Google ranks it lower. While listing your manufacturer and supplier partners on your website and product catalog page seems like a good idea, especially if you don't have a product catalog on your website, it can have a disastrous impact on your business. Honestly, I'd argue it's better to have nothing at all than to have links on your website that are linking out to manufacturers, because at minimum, you are keeping your customers on your website. With a product catalog that's actually on your website, you empower customers to browse and learn more about your products, to explore manufacturers and product types. You allow them to become more knowledgeable in what you offer. They can engage with your products, and they can get that product sent to them in their home right into their hands. And you can do all this while keeping them on your website and connected to your business and your business only. Every other industry offers this, and the flooring industry shouldn't be an exception. Imagine shopping for products without seeing them. Like, would you buy shoes on Nike's website without seeing the style and the size? Would you buy furniture on, I don't know, IKEA's website without seeing the specs and the material and what it looks like? Would you purchase paint from Sherwin-Williams website without seeing the colors? What would you expect if you were shopping for flooring? And that's the experience we should provide for our customers. A product catalog helps you provide a better shopping experience that leads to more leads, more sales, and a higher margin. So please make sure your website features an engaging product catalog and avoid giving away customers you worked extremely hard to get to your website. So really, these three things, right? You're paying for leads that you're then giving to your competitors. You're decreasing your SEO, you're decreasing your margins, and you're decreasing your leads. You are doing all of this because you are backlinking from your website to the manufacturer's website. I hope this was helpful. If you have any other questions, reach out to me. My email is todd.saunders@broadloom.com. I'd love to talk to you more about it.
All right, so Todd had to quickly boogie, but you got me today. So I'm Jeff Beaver. I'm the VP of Marketing here at Broadloom, and one of the things we want to talk about is really starting to break down all the things that Todd was identifying. And look, we totally get it. It makes sense to have your manufacturers on the product page if you don't have a product catalog. Now, look, I'm not going to spend all this time telling you about why you need to have a product catalog. Todd identified it. But it's really the danger that, like, if you don't have one, it actually could be better than listing people on your website, manufacturers and suppliers, to link off. Now, we're not saying don't link to manufacturers anywhere, right? A backlinking strategy, when you connect to them, has good impacts on SEO, but it's specific to that product catalog page that you want to avoid because of the reasons that Todd just laid out. So we know that it's a very technical thing. And again, it seems like a great idea to link off. Oh, look at these great manufacturers we work with. Go to their website and look at these products because we can't host them on our website. So the first thing is keep them on your website. Like, it's so important to keep them on your website and to show them the products. And this isn't just like a thing that we're focusing on the flooring industry. Like Todd mentioned, like, you wouldn't go to any other like service or business to purchase something without seeing the product. You know, if you went to IKEA's website, like, if you couldn't see the actual furniture and you couldn't actually see the specs or like the materials, if you went to Nike's website, you couldn't see the shoes or the styles or the sizes. Sherwood Williams, right? We talk about that often, right? They have the similarities between the flooring industry and the paint industry. How are you going to know the difference between the million different grays or whites without actually seeing it? So it's so important to keep them on your website, learning about your business, and then having them take that next step to connect with you. So we've actually put together a few resources. We'll send this out to the folks who've registered, and I see a bunch of you on here today. And look, we know it's summer months. It's hard to focus on these things, but it's really important for your business in so many different ways. So one of the things that we have put together is a full blog post talking about these dangers. So what I'm actually going to do for a second is I'm just going to pop up my window to show you guys what we're talking about here for a minute. So if we look at this here, so we're popping it up, and you guys just got to see what it looks like for me backstage as we do these things live. But we break down all the value that a product catalog has for your website, right? And look, we have built well over 4,000 websites for flooring retailers and dealers since we've been in this industry. And we know what works, right? And there's a reason that every major technology company in the flooring space has a product catalog, because it is so important for your SEO. A product catalog puts, tens of hundreds of pages on your website to send those signals to Google. We have this flooring type, we have these manufacturers, we have these product specs that customers are searching for. Because if it's not that, what are they looking for other than your name? So when you look at that, like those general terms, a good product catalog lets Google know that that's that destination. And the reason it's so important to have that product catalog is because 87% of shoppers look for that first thing on a website. Again, put yourself in the shopper's shoes. What do you want to see if you want to purchase a product? You have to see the product. So check out this checklist. We walk through the different dangers. You're spending all this time capturing these leads just to throw them away and hope that they're going to come back to you. It just doesn't make sense. So check out this article. It's up on our blog and talks about the different dangers to your business of not having this. But then we also put together this checklist of what things look for when selecting a product catalog. And if your product catalog doesn't have these things, if it doesn't sit on your website, if it doesn't have visualization and the ability to shop at home, you're not providing the best shopping experience. And a lot of consumers are just going to be like, there's a lot of people that do this, and you can lose those leads and opportunities. So check out this checklist. It's on our website. We show the different comparisons of what websites have and what it does for your business based on what types of pages you have on your website with a products page versus without one, and if you have a catalog on it. And you can see when you have product visualization and the catalog and the online ordering, it does all these incredible things for your business, from showcasing your products, increasing traffic to your website, increasing leads and the opportunities, and increasing sales. And this is proven, right? We have, thousands of, probably millions of data points at this point that speak to that. And then going back to these risks of you just throwing away this hard-earned traffic on your site. So definitely check this out. We just want to make this a learning and educational piece of content for you to understand what the product catalog can do for your website, but also the dangers of trying to do some, hacky backdoor approach to, hey, we work with these great guys, but it's not actually having the impact you think it does on your business. So I'm just going to quickly stop the share there and just come back to you here for a second. So I'll hang back for a few minutes if anyone has any other questions. But at the end of the day, you guys work so hard to build your business and market to get people to your site. And when they're starting to look for the products, you want to keep them on your website. So please check out those resources. The blog is up. The checklist is in the blog. Check them out. Let us know what you think. And Todd is willing to talk to anyone about this. So shoot him an email. We'll pull it up right here in a second, which is todd.saunders@broadloom.com. And we really just want to make sure that, whether you work with Broadloom or not, that flooring retailers and dealers really understand all the reasons that you need to have the product catalog and also the dangers of having it set up incorrectly. So we got Todd's email right here. Please feel free to shoot him a message. You can also reach out to us on our web chat functionality on broadloom.com. And again, we will share out those links to everyone that registered for this. But I'll hang back for a minute or two. I know we are in the middle of August. Crazy to think that the year has flown by. But if anyone has any questions specific to the product catalog, drop them in here. And if not, we will see you guys next time. All right. Still getting them via email. Please put them in the chat. But all right, I'll just respond to the folks that sent the emails over one-to-one. But that takes it for another incredible edition of Webinar Wednesday. This one's short and sweet and to the point, but really important for your flooring business. So I'm Jeff Bieber. Have